instructions for dissolving gently, a manual for the gradually disappearing. Warning, this manual should be read in dim light. Bright illumination may cause premature solidification. If symptoms of persistent identity occur, cease reading immediately and stare at wallpaper for 20 minutes. Section 1. Preliminary considerations. Before beginning the dissolution process, please ensure you have: 1 life, gently used acceptable. Minimum 3 mirrors in household. Access to dreams yours or borrowed. Willingness to misplace small things. Keys, names, the point. Do not attempt dissolution if you are operating heavy machinery or have recently insisted on anything. Chapter 1. How to share dreams correctly. 1.1. Basic dream lending. Begin on a Tuesday. Tuesdays are porous. Leave your bedroom window open exactly 3 inches. Dreams escape through smaller openings than you'd think. They're mostly made of the gaps between things anyway. Your neighbor, Mrs. Koslovich, will dream of your childhood dog first. This is normal. The dog represents your certainty about breakfast. Let it go. By Wednesday, she'll be having your recurring anxiety about showing up to work as a glass of water. She'll wake confused, checking her transparency in the bathroom mirror. Do not apologize. Dream sharing requires no consent forms. 1.2. Advanced techniques. The Dream Exchange Program. By week 2, establish a proper circulation system. Your dreams will begin appearing in strangers on the bus, in the woman who sells lottery tickets at the corner store, in the lottery tickets themselves. You'll know because you'll see them flinch at things that haven't happened yet. Meanwhile, you'll start dreaming in languages you don't speak. Someone else's dead grandmother will lecture you about proper pie crust. A man you've never met will hand you his childhood in a paper bag. It will smell like diesel and copper. Accept these gifts. They're lighter than your own. 1.3. Troubleshooting. If you find yourself dreaming your own dreams, you haven't committed fully. Try sleeping in someone else's bed. Try sleeping standing up in the post office. Try not sleeping at all and walking through your waking life with the logic of REM cycles. Accept that the bus driver is also your father, is also a theorem about infinity. When your dreams no longer recognize you, proceed to Chapter 2. Chapter 2. The Art of Misplacing Authorship. 2.1. Starting small. Begin with sentences. In conversations, allow 3 seconds to pass before responding. In that gap, someone else will say what you meant to say, but slightly wrong. Let them have it. Nod as if they've spoken your thoughts perfectly. They'll feel clever. You'll feel lighter. Within a month, your colleagues will present your ideas in meetings as their own. They won't know they're doing it. Ideas, you'll notice, don't have owner's manuals. They're just weather patterns moving through rooms of heads. 2.2. Misplacing written words. Stop signing things. Let emails trail off into unsigned ambiguity. When you write reports, Use one instead of I, then use some believe instead of one thinks. Then stop using active voice altogether. Let your memos become a series of passive observations, as if the universe itself has opinions about quarterly earnings. It has been noted that revenue trends indicate by whom, by what. These questions will seem increasingly irrelevant. 2.3. The greater work. Misplacing your entire biography. This is delicate. You must unwrite yourself carefully from the edges inward. Start by forgetting the year you graduated high school. When people ask where you're from, name a city you once passed through on a train. Describe your childhood home as a composite of 3 different houses from television shows. No one will notice. Memory is a collaborative fiction anyway. Tell different origin stories to different people. You grew up in Montana. You grew up in Morocco. You grew up in a filing cabinet in the Department of Records and didn't realize you were alive until age 14 when someone opened the drawer. Watch as these versions circulate. Someone will mention to someone else that you lived in Morocco. It will reach you third hand. You'll think, did I? The uncertainty is the point. That flutter of maybe, that's the first layer peeling away. 2.4. The final disappearance of authorship. You'll know you've succeeded when people start telling you stories about yourself that you don't remember. Let them. Better yet, add details. Confirm their versions. Yes, you'll say, I did keep a pet crow in college. What was its name again? They'll tell you. They're better at being you than you ever were. At this stage, your autobiography belongs to the public domain. You're a character in everyone's novel but your own. Chapter 3. Becoming background. 3.1. Visual dissolution. This is perhaps the most technical section of the manual. Physical fatting requires attention to detail and remarkable consistency. The color palette method. Begin wearing colors that match your surroundings. Not obviously, don't wear wallpaper patterns, but tonally. If your office walls are eggshell, wear cream. If your apartment is painted that specific shade of landlord beige, buy clothing in a slightly lighter beige. You're not trying to blend exactly. You're trying to suggest that you're less a person and more an extension of the room's general beigeness. Avoid patterns. Patterns suggest intention. Within 3 months, people's eyes will slide off you naturally. They'll look in your direction and see space, furniture, the concept of mid-afternoon. The posture method. Stand slightly to the left of where a person should stand. When groups form circles, position yourself in the gaps. Learn to occupy the peripheral. At parties, stand near doorways by coats. Beside the bookshelf, everyone glances at, but never actually examines. Master the art of the interrupted sentence. Begin to say something, then let someone else finish. They'll never notice you didn't complete the thought. Within 6 months, you can attend entire dinners and speak only in sentence fragments that others complete. You'll be there without having been there. Present and already gone. 3.2 Acoustic fatting. Adjust your volume incrementally. Each week, speak 1% more quietly. This is gradual enough that no one notices. By month 6, you'll be whispering. By month 8, you'll be moving your lips soundlessly, and people will unconsciously fill in what they think you said. They're right, of course. Or rather, rightness ceases to matter. Perfect your background noise repertoire. The affirming hum, the non-committal, the question mark, vocalized without an actual question. These sounds suggest presence without insisting on it. You're the human equivalent of distant traffic or a refrigerator's hum there, if someone thinks about it, but mostly just texture. 3.3 Social transparency. This is the emotional equivalent of wearing beige. Stop having strong opinions. When asked to choose restaurants, defer. When asked about politics, say you see all sides. When asked if you'd like coffee, say either is fine, really, whatever's easier. You're not fussy. You barely taste the difference. You're practically not here. People will begin forgetting to invite you to things. This is progress. When they do invite you out of residual habit or guilt, attend, but don't arrive. What this means, be present, but occupy no emotional real estate. Make no bids for attention. Tell no stories. Ask questions that keep others talking. Laugh at jokes half a second after everyone else, quietly, as if you're the echo of the room's laughter rather than a source of it. 3.4 The furniture exercise. This is an advanced technique. Attempted only after mastering sections 3.133. Go to party, any party. Arrive neither early nor late, arrive during, when the event is already itself. Find an empty chair in a corner with good sight lines, but poor lighting. Sit down. Now become the chair. This doesn't mean pretend you're furniture. It means occupy the same ontological category. Be as present and as forgettable as any chair. People will move around you, set drinks on the table beside you, drape coats over you, metaphorically. At first, then actually. They'll perch on the arm of your chair without registering you're in the seat. They'll have entire conversations 3 feet away and never once glance in your direction. You'll notice something curious. You can hear everything. Background things are privy to all foreground drama. Furniture witnesses every secret, every confession, every breakup and makeup and crack up. By making yourself scenery, you've gained access to the whole play. This is the compensation for dissolving. You become ambient, and ambient things are everywhere at once. Chapter 4, Living as Background. 4.1, Daily routines for the fatting. Establish patterns that don't require you. Wake at the same time daily, but don't register waking. Let the alarm exist in the abstract. Shower as if the water is showering itself through the shape you're temporarily occupying. Dress in whatever's closest. You've long since stopped having a style. Breakfast should be forgettable. Toast without butter. Coffee, that's more the idea of coffee than any specific flavor. Read the news, but retain nothing. Let information pass through you like light through glass. Commute by becoming part of the commute. On the subway, don't occupy a seat. Occupy the space of someone sitting. Become indistinguishable from the morning rush itself. You're not a person going to work. You're the going itself. 4.2. Work life as a background entity. By now, your job performance has become strange. You complete tasks, but no one's sure who completed them. Reports appear finished. Emails get sent. But if anyone's asked who did that work, there's a puzzled pause. Someone must have, they'll say. Probably Jim, or was it Karen? Your name appears on org charts, but when people look directly at it, they experience a kind of cognitive slip. They'll read the letters, but not form the syllables. You're present in the way white space is present, necessary for structure, but not itself structured. In meetings, practice this. When someone asks your opinion, respond in a way that feels like agreement, but commits to nothing. That's an interesting perspective. I can see that working. The data certainly suggests something. You're agreeable the way air is agreeable, by offering no resistance. 4.3. Relationships in dissolution. This is the hardest section. People you love will notice something's different, though they won't be able to articulate what. Your presence will feel like absence. They'll ask if you're okay, and you'll say yes, and you'll mean it. Okay-ness doesn't require solidity. Some relationships will thin naturally. Friends will stop calling, not from malice, but from a growing sense that they're leaving voicemails for a concept rather than a person. Let this happen. Attachment requires boundaries, and you're in the process of erasing yours. Others will cling harder. They'll sense your dissolution and try to re-solidify you with memories. Remember when they'll ask. Smile, nod. Don't correct them when they misremember. Soon their memories of you will replace you entirely. You'll become the story they tell about who you were. This is a gift. Let them have you in past tense. 4.4. The mirror problem. Here's what they don't tell you in the introductory chapters. Mirrors become complicated. At first, you'll notice your reflection looks tired, undefined, like a photograph slightly out of focus. Then you'll catch yourself in store windows and see someone generic, someone whose face you'd never pick from a lineup. Then comes the day you look in your bathroom mirror and see the wall behind you. Not through you, that would be dramatic. Just, you're somehow less interesting to the eye than the bathroom tile. The reflection acknowledges you're there, but can't quite be bothered to render you fully. Some mornings, you'll brush your teeth and have the distinct sensation that the toothbrush is brushing itself, using your hand as a convenient handle. This is normal. This is advanced dissolution. This is what you've been working toward. Chapter 5. The question of whether to stop. 5.1. Warning signs of resolidification. Despite your best efforts, you may experience moments of unwanted concreteness. suddenly having a strong opinion about something trivial, which flavor of yogurt, whether to take the stairs, catching someone's eye across a room, and registering as memorable, feeling cold or hot instead of ambient temperature, remembering a specific childhood moment with clarity, caring about the outcome of something. If you experience 3 or more of these symptoms in a single day, you're in danger of becoming a person again. 5.2 Emergency redissolution techniques. Should you feel yourself solidifying, go somewhere you've never been. Introduce yourself with a different name. Wear your shirt inside out and see how long before anyone notices. They won't. Spend an hour listing everything you can't remember. Practice saying, "I don't know," until it becomes the only true thing about you. 5.3 The point of no return. There will come a day when you realize you couldn't come back even if you wanted to. The infrastructure of selfhood has been dismantled so thoroughly that reconstruction is impossible. Your name sounds like phonemes in random order. Your face is a placeholder. Your life story has been outsourced to everyone who thinks they remember you. You'll stand in your apartment or someone's apartment you have keys to and understand that you're ambient now. You're the possibility of a person. You're the space where someone might be. Some find this terrifying. Others find it relief. Chapter 6 Life After Solid. 6. 1. The benefits of background. Here's what no one tells you about dissolution. It's incredibly freeing. You no longer have to maintain a consistent personality. You can contradict yourself hourly, and no one notices. You have no reputation to protect, no brand to manage. The exhausting work of being a specific person in a specific way has ended. You can be cruel or kind, and it registers identically. You can be boring or brilliant, and both fade at the same rate. There's no pressure to perform selfhood anymore. 6.2 Mobility of the dissolved. Background people can go anywhere. Parties, funerals, crime scenes, all spaces welcome the appropriately ambient. You're never out of place because you're never really in place to begin with. You'll discover you can cross borders without passports. Not because you're sneaking, but because border agents' eyes pass over you like your air. You're not suspicious. You're not anything enough to be suspicious. Walk into expensive hotels and ride the elevators. Sit in lobbies. No one questions it. You have the aura of someone who belongs everywhere by virtue of belonging nowhere specifically. 6.3 The communion of background things. Here's the secret they save for the final chapter. You're not alone. Once you've dissolved sufficiently, you'll start noticing others like you. The woman who's always somehow at the grocery store, any hour you go, drifting by the canned goods. The man on the crosstown bus, whose face you can never quite focus on. The barista who's worked at that coffee shop for 7 years, but whose name no one remembers. You'll recognize each other the way ghosts might, a flicker, a momentary solidity when you pass. You might nod, you might not. Language is for the foreground, but you'll know there's a whole population of the dissolved living in the margins, witnessing everything, insisting on nothing. You're part of an inadvertent community, bound by your very unboundedness. 6.4 What remains? After all the dissolving, something persists. Not a self, exactly. More like a persistent awareness. A point of view without a viewer. The capacity to notice without the burden of being noticed. You'll watch sunsets and feel them without the interference of having to describe them, or photograph them, or prove you experienced them. You'll overhear conversations and understand them more deeply because you're not preparing your response. The world becomes vivid when you're not in your own way. Epilogue. Instructions for reading this manual again. If you've completed all 6 chapters and find yourself holding this manual again, unsure how you acquired it or why, congratulations. You've successfully dissolved. You probably don't remember buying this book. You probably don't remember reading it the first time. That's fine. Books read background people as much as background people read books. We're all just text processing text. You may notice the pages are blank now. Or perhaps they were always blank, and you were reading the spaces between fibers. Or perhaps you are the manual, and these are instructions you're giving yourself from a time before you forgot how to be singular. It doesn't matter. What matters is you're lighter now. You're distributed. You're the chorus instead of the soloist. You're the white noise that makes music possible. Welcome to the background. We've been expecting you. Or rather, we've been not expecting you, which for people like us is the same thing. Appendix. Frequently asked questions. Q. Can I come back? A. From where? Q. What if I miss being solid? A. You won't. Missing requires a location to miss from. Q. Is this death? A. No. Death is an event. This is more of a tense shift from present to present perfect. You have become having been. Q. Will people forget me? A. They already have. But they'll remember someone they think was you, which is better. You no longer have to live up to their memories. Q. What do I do now? A. Now you read the newspaper in cafes. You ride buses to their last stops. You stand in museums in front of paintings no one's looking at. You become the texture of the world. You witness everything and insist on nothing. Q. Is that enough? A. Is that the kind of question background people ask? Final note. This manual will dissolve itself after reading. Or you will dissolve it by becoming indistinguishable from it. Or it never existed, and you've been reading the inside of your own diminishing. Regardless, congratulations on your gentle dissolution. Try not to notice yourself noticing this accomplishment. That way lies resolidification. Fade with care